Do you want to make an announcement?
Just about to do it.
Oh god.
Is it loud for you?
No, I'm fine. I'm good.
Alright. Let me turn you up.
Hello.
Oh, that's a little too much. Try again.
Hello.
How about now?
She sells seashells, but she 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 sells she hello.
How does the audio sound on Twitch? Can you go over there?
Yeah. Can you speak?
La-di-da-di-doo? La-di-di-la-di-dum?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Fashion says it's good. So
Awesome. Alright. How many people we got? Should I get started?
Yes.
Awesome. Hello everyone! Welcome to the semi-finals pool showcase for Oregon Tournament 2022. It's your boy Varler, again, doing the streaming. I'm joined here by Armark.
I'm Armac.
It's Armark. It's time to take a look at the semi-finals pool here. We will be doing another abbreviated pool showcase where I just open this client of OSU and take a look at like maybe a minute or two of each map. I don't feel the need to do all 3 minutes of everything if the maps are basically the same throughout the whole thing. So here we go. Starting up with No Mod 1, a Topazolite song. As with all No Mod 1s, this No Mod 1 features AIM.
I guess you should talk about the baseline. This Snowmod one is 6.1 stars. That is the baseline for this whole
Indeed.
pool.
This is a 6-star pool, but this map is 6.1 stars. What am I doing?
Apparently DT1 is 6.2, so yeah, it's a lie.
Star rating is a lie. No Mod 1 and DT1, as you all know, are probably the easiest maps in the pool, so I made them a little bit harder. Also good song. Indy is correct. There are 2 1/3 patterns in this map, so it's not completely brain dead. You do have to pay attention. I think it's right about here. Yeah, that. There's 2 of them, so a bonus for watching the full showcase. Be aware of that. There are 2 of them. They're not that hard if you know what you're doing, but it sure is a surprise if you're sight reading. Don't sight read this. Play it once.
Yeah, it's recommended that you practice. Is it? Is it?
Probably.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I did say this map is mostly aim, and that is true, but there are a few things that make it not brain dead, such as that 1/3 pattern and that stream you saw there. However, most of your combo will be dependent on your aim. Metadata on this, we are looking at 4 minutes and 18 seconds, CS 3.7, AIR 9.5, OD 8.5. I'm expecting to see a lot of high accuracy plays on this. Alright, I think that's good for No Mod 1. We will take a look at No Mod 2.
Oh, is that Sacred Renaissance?
Gasp!
Oh
What do you know?
God.
Even the diff name says No Mod 2. This
What?
was pooled, or this was mapped actually, for a Russian tournament, and we will be stealing it. This is an excellent No Mod 2. It has a lot of streams. Very stamina heavy. We are talking 180 BPM for 2.5 minutes, but the streams in this are a definite kick up from the quarterfinals pool. Much higher stamina requirement, much longer streams. We're taking off the training wheels and going into true No Mod 2 land. CS4, AIR 9.4, OD 8.5.
I would say comparatively this has less finger control than the previous Nomad 2, but the streams are just so much longer. It's very easy to just fall behind on these streams. How fast is this map? It's 180 BPM.
Yep.
In there.
So it's not like, it's not super high BPM, but it is very note dense. There's a buzz slider for the people who are complaining about buzz sliders. There's one in this map instead of 50.
Surely no one complains about this. Yeah, you were overstreaming there.
I'm not overstreaming 180 BPM.
You have to compensate. It's so easy to fall behind. Longer streams.
About halfway into the map here, we get a nice little break, but then after this, you get a death stream section. I'm expecting a lot of people to make it to about here, make it a little bit into the death stream section, and then lose stamina. It's very possible to tank accuracy at the end, so I think it's worth a look.
Those cut streams are brutal. That's the whole map, right?
Yep, there's a little bit at the end, but it's free. So that is our No Mod 2. Much more stamina, much more flow than last time. No Mod 3! Hey, what do you know? It's a Suisei map. So this is the funny thing I was mentioning in our, or was it the funny thing? I think it's the funny thing, because here, watch this. Under the starry night sky with my dazzling love, Suisei collab insane. It's the map! It's the map!
Last match yesterday wouldn't play this map for some reason. I legit think it was because of the diff name. Bancho would not load properly for this map.
It's the actual map. So this was pooled before team names were submitted. Just saying. What are the odds?
It's not biased or anything.
They turned the team into a map.
Oh my god.
But unfortunately, this diff is too easy. It's 4.8 stars. We're playing the 5.58 star diff. Here is our No Mod 3. Yet again, Suisei. This is our alt map. This features, obviously, alt patterns, and some snap, some flow, and some rhythmic elements that make this map more unique.
I believe this is also an amateur map. There was like a period in time where you ranked like 20 different Suisei maps in one fell swoop.
I think this is one of those.
Oh wow.
This map will be a little bit different than your typical No Mod 3, for a reason you're about to see as we enter the chorus.
There are no funny wiggle patterns, right? But there is still some very shit missable patterns in there.
I would say the whole map is micro aim, micro control. These little back and forth sliders that are really quick, those will turn into doubles and triples in the second chorus. So there is a little bit of a finger control requirement as well, just not on the first part.
I wonder what the artists of the No Mod 3 for finals and grand finals will be.
Yeah, it'd be kind of funny if it were Suisei or something.
What are you talking about? No. Suisei just happened to be in this pool as well, you know?
Here we go with the doubles I was mentioning earlier. So it's not completely snail. There's a little bit of smacking your keyboard you gotta do here. It's not enough to call it speed, but it's enough to add to the reading element and the control element that I want to have in this No Mod 3.
That slider is so tricky. Accelerator slider, what?
I think that's about it for No Mod 3. And we will go to No Mod 4, our tech map.
Oh, is that your boy? Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Oh.
Wrong one. This is Telepatia. Very good song. If any of you speak Spanish, this is fun.
Such a vibe too.
This is a very vibe song. This No Mod 4 features very interesting slider shapes. Almost every hit object in this map is a slider, and they all have very interesting paths that you have to follow. The rhythm is also more complex than normal. It's a little bit biased towards a full alting, so you get all the slider ends. One thing you will notice is that a lot of these sliders have no slider ticks, so they are cheesable, and that is an element of tech that should be rewarded. If you can hold combo despite missing the slider ends everywhere, well, more power to you.
It still is a very sort of non-traditional No Mod 4. Would you say?
I don't think it's non-traditional. The song genre is certainly non-traditional. You usually expect wub wub dubstep for No Mod 4.
Well, no, I'm primarily saying it's like, okay, well, it's less of an emphasis on tapping, since there's typically a lot of weird tapping patterns as well, but it's primarily slider aim that you have to worry about in this one. Indeed.
We have a lot of tapping in the rest of the pool, so something that's a little nicer on your left hand is a good balance, I feel. Kami crying over the slider ends. Yes, please hit them if you can. It's so much more pretty when you hit the slider ends and have good act. Be like Kami, hit slider ends. Finally, for the No Mod pool, we have No Mod 5, our speed map. And I believe Armark found this. I had no idea what this was, played it, and was like, this is good.
I mean, that's what you'd expect out of a No Mod 5. A lot of finger control, but mostly speed. It is on the aimier sort of end, but it is still very fast if you're not used to this sort of BPM, which is, I believe, 200? 210?
210, yeah. 210, CS 4.3, Air 9.7, OD 9. This map has a lot of triples, a lot of doubles, a lot of quints. The difficulty is definitely mainly on the tapping, but like our Mark said, there is a non-negligible aim requirement. I'm always of the opinion where if you have a No Mod 5 and a DT2, one of them can have a little bit of aim. As long as you have a no right hand map in the pool somewhere, I think it's good. Last round we saw No Mod 5 banned in all three of the matches that I saw. Armark, was the No Mod 5 banned in your match as well?
I'm trying to remember.
Or did you see it played?
No, I don't think we saw it played.
Well, maybe we'll see this No Mod 5 banned out completely too.
Copyright.
This is pretty much it for No Mod 5. Let's move on to the next part of the pool, the hiddens.
Oh, this is a good one.
Get some Alice Shach in here.
Yay.
This hidden one features overlap, as you can see. It has a mix of flow aim, raw aim, tapping, general mechanics, and a little bit of rhythm. It's not as rhythmically complex as the quarterfinals one, I feel, but it's definitely more mechanically interesting.
Anything more to say about this? It's
hidden.
hidden, yeah.
Yeah, it's CS 3.7, Air 9.3, so not unusual parameters for this.
I believe most of the stacks are triples and quintuples, so there's not really a huge concern there if you're wondering about sort of that variety in terms of tapping. But they are still pretty tricky to hit sometimes. Never mind, there are some doubles here. You should be concerned.
This map basically plays like a No Mod 1.5, but with hidden and a little bit of overlap. So I feel like it's a more gentle hidden one than it could have been, but this is a good difficulty level for the pool. I'm not going to talk about that stream there. Next, Hidden 2. Those of you familiar with Hidden 2s may recognize this map. This is Toa no Maigo. It is a reading map famous for having significant overlap.
Any low AR gamers here?
As you can probably hear but not see, those stacks are triples and then a single tap. It does that a lot in this map, so if you have a feel for the song and the rhythm, you can kind of just play it without reading it. However, it's still a reading challenge figuring out what exactly is going on with these stacks and these overlaps. This is a significant step up from the Hidden 2 last pool, which might not have been a good idea considering Hidden 2 was very intentionally avoided by basically all the teams.
It was like perma-banned, I think.
One team played it in the match today.
Such a good song, though. Kind of a shame.
Generally avoiding mechanics here. You have some gentle aim, a few triples here and there. All the difficulty here is like figuring out what that is.
That is tricky. Do I stream it? Do I single tap it? What's going on there?
Very learnable map, very hard to sight read. I recommend practicing this if your team wants to play it. Next up, we have another hidden map. This pool, the semifinals pool, has grown since the last one, since we're going to do best of 11s. So now we have a hidden 3. The third slot will be Anaphylaxis. Great song by Pup.
Is that math rock?
It is not math rock. It's what genre is this? Like
punk? I want to say it's punk.
Punk rock, alt. Rock?
It's Pup. It's
I don't
Pup.
know.
Pup is its own
Pup
genre.
Yeah, big. The third slot in Hiddens and Hard Rocks will usually be an alt-focused or tech-focused, but mainly just different BPM than the first slot. Since the Hidden one was 190 BPM, single tapping, aim, and streams, this is a alt map. It says it's 252 BPM, but it plays like it's 126.
I know we have a couple speedsters in this tournament. Maybe they could opt to single tap this. It is still single tappable technically, but
yeah, if you're comfortable single tapping this, by all means do it. I think you should alt it, but that's just me, snail speaking. The difficulty on this map comes from the aim control. A lot of pools will put like weird, awkward aim hiddens as the hidden one. I didn't want to do that because now we have 3 slots. Hidden 1 will be more conventional, hidden 3 will be less conventional. We're looking at only CS3 here. Bigger circles, so less of a precision requirement, more of a figure out what's going on and execute the funny wiggles properly. Air is 9.2, OD 8.
I'm glad the pool is larger though. That way you can build a pool that's like more standardized. You don't really have to like account for certain skill sets since there's just an abundance of picks here.
There's also this section here, which is very challenging flow aim, I feel. Helped a lot by the fact that it's CS3, so you can mess it up a little bit and still hit the notes. But the cursor velocity is quite high. I feel like this will be a banger song, so people will choose it, or at least that's the hope. Now we're done with Hiddens, on to Hard Rock. Hard Rock 1, My Girlfriend is a Raver. Yet another banger song.
Oh.
Hard Rock 1 in this will be mostly aim with a little bit more sliders than you might expect of a typical Hard Rock 1. That said, the focus is certainly on the raw mechanics. You're dealing with CS 5.5, AR10, OD10, as is typical of a Hard Rock.
This is the only slow part of the map, I believe. It only gets harder from here.
Large spacing jumps.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
Stream. BPM on this is 175. So it's really not that high.
Lower end.
The spacing though is quite big, which is why the star rating is able to be put in a 6-star pool.
Never mind, I forgot about this part.
This part is so hard to act.
I guarantee you at least 3% from each person will be taken. For accuracy.
Probably. I'm gonna let this keep going because there's a very important section after the slow section that everybody who's watching deserves to see. If you make it this far into the map, I'm pretty sure the map is yours. But on the off chance both teams have goated Hard Rock players, here's a little extra section that might be a little bit too hard.
Oh god. Here we go. We'll put this hard base here.
You know, so if you hit this, that's awesome. If not, no biggie. So yeah, that part's kind of funny, but the rest of the map is pretty normal Hard Rock 1 stuff. Alright, let's go to Precision. Hard Rock 2.
Yay!
Hard Rock 2 is Onigami!
This is a classic.
161 BPM, CS 6.5 on Hard Rock. Since Nomad 1 is ridiculously heavy in the single tap aim, I wanted a Hard Rock 2 that isn't the exact same like tapping aim style. So this one has a lot more flow aim. It has some streams, it has triples, it has a very, I would say, a combination aim style. So you have both snap aim and flow in this.
Comparatively, last round's Hard Rock 2 was double in song length, so maybe, hopefully, this incentivizes people to not ban Hard Rock 2 as much this time.
This is only 1 minute 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Also learnable. We will move on to Hard Rock 3. Semis are best of 11, so first to 6. Hard Rock 3, we have a Maison book girl, Yamiro no Asa. Very cool song, very cool map.
If you guys are familiar with this band, a lot of the maps this band has in the game are very varied in terms of like BPM shifting.
They have interesting reading maps too. They have like a bunch of AR7, AR5 nonsense maps. This map is similar in thematic elements, but doesn't have the ridiculous reading requirement. As I said earlier with the third slot, we're putting something different from the number 1 slot, different BPM, different aim and tapping style. So this one is an alt map with a little bit of finger control. See those 6 pattern bursts that were happening earlier, and a lot of wiggle patterns here. So instead of the raw aim requirement in Hard Rock 1 and Hard Rock 2, you have a fine control requirement here that not a lot of Hard Rock pools actually emphasize, I feel. So wiggles, basically.
All BPM Hard Rock is just cruel sometimes, but those wiggle patterns are super tricky.
Parameters on this are CS 5.6 after Hard Rock, AR10, OD10. This map goes for 3.5 minutes, so it's on the longer side. It's also only 5.6 stars, but I think that is wrong.
Alt is always underweighted, I feel.
It sure is. We have a little bit of a slow section here. It goes on for a little bit, but then the remaining chorus is about the same as the first bit of the map. That'll be it for the Hard Rock pool. On to the DTs. DT1 will be the funny anime of awesome despair, humanity has declined, whatever.
Is that anime? Wow.
Yeah. Wow, anime.
Also a great show. Like,
I love
you
this
recommended
show.
it was fantastic.
It's very psychologic and trippy. This is either the opening or ending, I forget exactly. Banger song though. DT1 is our combination mechanics map. Features both tapping and aim, although this time it's a little bit more tapping heavy than aim. 237 BPM, a step up from the previous pool. CS4, AR10, OD 9.4 for 3 minutes.
There's definitely less of an emphasis on sort of like jump aim, or more like wide angle aim, and more on like these flow aim wiggle patterns.
With the BPM being so much higher, it's hard to justify larger spacing, so this being 6.2 stars already is quite telling in terms of the fact that there's tapping as part of the difficulty. This is quite challenging to single tap. If you can do it, more power to you. I consider this an alt map.
DT1 is banned. Everything is DT3.
Everything is DT3. There are a lot of repeat triples and doubles in this map. I don't think the map changes much from here. We get another hard section, but
the same from this point.
Or not another hard section, but another same as before section. So let's go to DT2. Maxi found this map for us in one of Stage's tournaments, and I thought this was a very interesting DT2. This DT2 features a lot of stamina, like almost a ridiculous amount of stamina, and a very solid grasp of finger control as well.
If you've ever played a Fergus map, his maps are always super intense on your left hand or right hand, depending on what you tap with, but this is no exception. This is a very tap-heavy map.
Since No Mod 5 was so aim-heavy, we went with a very much so 100% tapping map here. There's like borderline no aim. All the difficulty comes from the tapping, I wrote out there. Yeah, all the difficulty comes from tapping and maintaining your stamina through these more complicated patterns. You're not just mashing, you're mashing with style. Yeah, 2-minute break. Woo!
Woo!
Nothing to do here. Go draw something that won't get me termed.
You'll need the stamina for the rest of the map.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
a little bit of recharge time. This map is 231 BPM, 2 minutes 36 drain, and is AR10 OD 9.1. I don't expect many FCs on this. I am expecting accuracy to be the deciding factor for this map. But if you can double tap it and maintain combo, that is a way to get score.
This is only like 6 BPM less than DT1, but again, it's just... Oh, these varied patterns are just so tricky. So hard to tap.
I think that's enough of this map. Let's go to DT3. DT3 is kind of a catch-all. Since we already have DT1 and DT2 filling a lot of the like raw mechanics and then tapping finger control, this one is more of like a control / aim check, I think, if I remember correctly. Oh, rhythm, right. So we have a lot of like quads and doubles. At 195 BPM, so less of a stamina requirement. It plays similarly to the DT3 last round.
Chorus is somewhat just easier to play since the mapper decided to map the vocals just using single chord notes.
Yep.
Kind of a bummer, but
Here's your freebie.
still hard though. I think that's the whole map.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I just did that. Next up is free mod 1. Typing pi there or something. Free mod 1 will be I My Elegy. Elegy, or however you want to say that word. I don't know how to say it. I've only seen it written. Tournament players might recognize this as a very common free mod 1. This free mod 1 is very dense. It is 210 BPM AR9 and has a lot of old map patterns because Val mapped it. So on Hidden, the difficulty comes from the fact that the patterns sometimes don't make sense and there is overlap. There is a part near the end that has very heavy overlap. Difficulty in Hard Rock comes from raw mechanics. It's 210 BPM, so if you're a snail like me, you're going to have to alt this. If you actually have a left hand, you can probably single tap it. All the DTs had a lot of tapping. Here is the aim map. There's almost no speed in this. Free mod 1 is always going to be pooled, so that is different than Hidden 1 and Hard Rock 1. Hidden 1 being at 190 BPM and featuring more Nomad 1 / Nomad 2 mechanics, and Hard Rock 1 being 175 BPM featuring aim and some slider elements. This is a 210 BPM, effectively just an aim map.
Would you say this is more a Hidden preference? Hard Rock
It
preference?
might be, but I've never played this better Hidden than Hard Rock, and
Well,
that
you're
might
not
be
a
because
Hidden
I'm a Hard
player.
Rock player. I'm not a Hidden player. To me, it feels extremely hard on Hidden due to the pattern density and overlap.
That's, I guarantee you people will ship this there. Guaranteed.
To a certain extent, it's almost always going to be Hidden preference for free mods, although I've tried to select ones that are less Hidden biased.
Every map is Hidden preference.
Or not
I don't
preference,
know.
Hidden biased. Maybe we'll pull a map that is like, I don't know, AR0. And it's only possible with Hard Rock or something.
No mod 6? Yo, no mod 6?
So true, Indy. There are no hidden players, there are no reading players, so it doesn't matter. They're gonna choose Hard Rock anyway.
Tiebreaker will be Until Blue Moon Rises. It'll be fantastic tiebreaker.
Free Mod 2 will be a Miss Magius map, Cyber Imagination.
Wow.
This map, in the same vein as Free Mod 1, is designed or selected to be different than Hidden 2 and Hard Rock 2. Hidden 2 and Hard Rock 2 are 180 BPM, 161 BPM respectively. This sits in the middle at 174. Hidden 2 was all about the figuring out what the stack triples and quints were. Hard Rock 2 is all about the flow aim. So this one is like an old grid map style where there's less concern about the sheer overlap of Hidden 2 and less concern about the flow aim of Hard Rock 2. Here you just get a 170 BPM single tap map for about 2 minutes. Oh, by the way, it's easyable. Wink wink, nudge nudge.
Don't give them ideas, or do give them ideas. You almost, wow. Hexagons.
Precision requirement on this map is a lot higher than the previous Free Mod 2, since now we're not doing very low spacing slow streams. We're actually doing jumps now. On Hidden, it's not free. There are a few stacks, but it's less stacky than the proper Hidden 2. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I play this map, I always find myself tilting my head slightly to the right.
Do you do the same for your tablet? Do you just like shift
just
everything?
Just take the whole tablet, rotate it like 10 degrees. And that's about it for this map. It is just a aim check on whatever mod you choose. And now for our final map, Tiebreaker. Tiebreaker will be Petals.
Yay!
It's Nanahira. The other funny team name, Nanahira Fun Fan Whatever Club.
See, there's not just Suisei bias in the pool, you know.
Yeah, there's also Nanahira bias. This is a great map. I enjoy this map a lot. It features a combination of aim, tapping, reading, rhythm comprehension. I wouldn't say tech, that might be going too far, but it is a good combination of No Mod 1 and No Mod 2 skill sets, but it has enough rhythmic comprehension to share difficulties with No Mod 3 and No Mod 4, I would say. It isn't really a speed map, it's only 192 BPM, but there is a moderate stamina requirement in some of the more tapping-heavy sections, so it's a good all-rounded check of your mechanics.
I think it's for a solid minute. It's pretty lax. There's nothing much that happens. So if there are any breaks that happen in the beginning, it's not going to be a huge damper on your score. But yeah, I mean, this has always been like a very non-traditional Nanahira song, in my opinion. When you think of Nanahira, you think of Denpa, crazy. I'm gonna go batshit insane. But this is definitely a contrast to her usual style.
Nanahira when she tries to sing. It's like, wow, her voice can sound like this? It's so good, what? Ooh. And here we go to the beginning of the first chorus, the first difficult section. You can see what I'm talking about now with the moderate stamina requirement and rhythm comprehension, in addition to the raw aim and tapping. You're not dealing with triples that land on every downbeat. You're dealing with like doubles and triples that kind of happen when the song demands it, not when the measure demands it. This map is just over 5 minutes once again, so not the longest tiebreaker that you could play, but it still qualifies for that glorious 300-second mark.
Getting those linear singular pentagons or pentagon singles are so scary sometimes.
Kami requests BPM, it is 192. That is about the halfway point of the map. I will call it there. But that is our tiebreaker. That is our pool showcase for semifinals. So just in a few minutes here, we will be opening up the pool for you guys to take a look at, uploading that, the pool zip, whatever that's called. And we'll end the stream here. So thank you all for tuning into this pool showcase and playing this tournament. Practice, practice, practice. Take a look at these maps, figure out what you're going to do, especially for the free mods. And good luck, have fun.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. See y'all later.